what you see now are some decaying persimmons. This is a persimmon tree, and it is across the street from my house. Pull back a little bit so that you can see. Of course, the leaves are gone. Um, they're all on the ground. And so there are a lot of decaying persimmons on the ground. And one of the things that I wanted to draw your attention to is the abundance of the fruit that's on the ground. This fruit is unused, and this is something that falls every year. Some people do come and get some of the persimmons off of the tree, and I've eaten some of the persimmons. As a matter of fact, my mom was the one who told me about being tongue-tied from eating persimmons because you eat them too early. And I did experience a little bit of the tongue-tied sensation when I ate one of the persimmons from the tree instead of having picked it from the ground. So the thing that I really wanted to draw your attention to is the fact that this fruit is so abundant here on the ground, and it's unused. And so it makes you wonder, this tree has been here for years and years and years, yet I don't see another persimmon tree growing. So what happens to the seeds in the fruit? Why don't they take root? There has to be a design for that. I don't know why. But it does beg the question. If there's such abundance, then why don't we produce more trees? What has nature intended behind allowing these fruits to go back to the ground as fertilizer? It also begs the question of why is there so much fruit on the ground that has not been used? We go to the grocery store and we purchase food, and there's an abundance of food in the neighborhood. Let me show you back here. There's a pecan tree back here. I'm passing an oak, and but there's a very old pecan tree back here. And these are the thoughts that are new to me as well, because I've lived here all of my life, and I've never been back here to collect the pecans or the persimmons. I'm just starting to wake up to the fact that we're so surrounded by abundance, and we're so conditioned to go into the grocery store to get what we need. This is the pecan tree, and as you can see, it's bare, so all of the pecans have dropped to the ground, and they're intermixed with the pecans from last year. So again, the pecans are on the ground, and they have not been collected. They're just here. This reminded me of a story, of a thought that I had about lettuce. You go to the grocery store and you buy a head of lettuce, and I started noticing that if I didn't use the lettuce every day, it seemed to decay in the refrigerator at a much faster rate than if I were using it. So that meant that the leaves were turning brown and limp faster from lack of use, as opposed to being used and staying for as long as I needed it in the refrigerator. So I'm just giving you a view of the ground. And just wondering about how we overlook or take for granted all of these things that are around us, and we rush to pay for things that someone has processed, when we have it within our power to make use of things that we already have. And so that concept of from one comes many, when you make use of what you have, you get so many more ideas, so many more thoughts about, your imagination grows, and then you find other uses for the things that you have around you. And so if you're looking at it from that point of view, then you're always in this, especially in this country, you're always living around abundance. And what makes it seem scarce is that you don't see what you have. You see what other people have, and you get jealous, and you get resentful, and the things that you do have go wasted. So this is pretty much what I wanted to say about this subject today. But the concept of from one comes many is weighing very heavily on my mind, and especially when we look at this economy, and people are so scared of what they're going to be able to do or what they're not going to be able to do. So I just wanted to share that we have a lot more than we think we have. We just have to learn how to see what we have and recognize it for its true value. Ashe.